All right. Welcome, everyone, to Process 34, the podcast. I have a very, very special guest joining me today. My beautiful wife, who is also a crafter, small business owner, and a licensed massage therapist, and an artist, and a mother, and a wife. So, real quick, just for a background, Candace is the owner of Pluto's Dream. Shout out to Pluto's Dream. Handmade crafts, jewelry, and art. Do you sell that anywhere around town, or is it all online based, or what?
Yeah, actually, I sell it at the Rustic Sage. Some of my wish anklets are out there in Milford, at the Cause and Effect Gallery in Fenton.
Nice.
Some of my wish anklets are there, and Tinsman's Farm in Holly.
And what do you sell? That you said they're wish anklets,
Mm-hmm.
and they're Cherokee wish anklets, right?
Yep. My Cherokee wish anklets, yes.
Nice. And everything is handmade.
Yes, absolutely. Handmade.
Nice.
By moi.
And you are also Cherokee.
I am Cherokee.
And so am I.
Yes.
So that's cool. So you're also a licensed massage therapist. How long have you been doing massage?
I've been doing massage now for over 20 years.
20 years.
Yep.
Okay. And you are just recently was named the lead massage therapist at Genesis?
Yes. That's so
Ascension,
exciting.
sorry.
Yes. I'm at Ascension's Genesis Health Club. A massage therapist there. And I was just recently given the title of lead massage therapist. So I'm very proud of that.
We all are. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Definitely have worked your butt off. Mother of our two beautiful daughters, and like I said, wife to me, which is a very, very daunting task at times, and a full-time job in itself. So kudos to you.
Which part?
What?
Am I daunting or are you daunting?
I think it goes both ways sometimes,
yeah.
maybe, but probably more me than you. And you're also an artist. What kind of art do you enjoy doing?
I enjoy doing mixed media art.
Okay.
Just because
What do you mean by mixed media?
So that's just using a lot of different materials and different things. So it's like using ink and acrylic and maybe like decoupage or different techniques or different materials to create one piece.
Okay.
Although I've done some digital work as well. And a little while back, I did submit just an acrylic piece of artwork that was at the gallery. But typically I enjoy doing mixed media.
Okay, nice. And pretty much the majority of your stuff is upcycled too as well, right?
Yeah. So I try to incorporate...
Talking to the mic a little bit, please.
Those things like right there. Okay, so I try to incorporate a lot of upcycled materials whenever possible. That's important to me.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
And
a lot of yard sale finds and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So like I said, Candace obviously is my wife. She means the world to me. She is we have been through some very trying times together, some lot of highs and also some lows too that we've endured together, and we have made it through all those things together, and we have we've helped each other so much. You've just been my rock. You've been a support. And it is, because of you why I often am trying so hard to work on myself, not because you are telling me I need to, but you do it as well. And it's lead by example kind of thing. So I see you working your butt off trying to be the best version of yourself you can be every day, and it's inspired me to do so as well. So I just wanted to share that with all of you, and just kind of talk to her about what she does, what her processes are, what her process is, and does she does she do these things on a daily basis, or whatever it may be. So diving right into it, I noticed, like I was saying, you're very good at observing yourself and being aware of what's going on and things that are happening to you and that you're feeling, and then you usually have a pretty like logical thought process, and then you do something about it. So have you always been like that, or is that something that you've just worked at progressively over the years?
I would say it's definitely something I worked at, but also it was how I was raised.
Mm-hmm.
So the way, especially my mom is, she was really all about, like just self-care, holistic care growing up, accountability for the choices that, we were making. And the importance of doing our best to try to take care of ourselves, and to be healthy and balanced. And so I think that kind of poured into, what I do as an adult.
Okay. And so what, obviously, we touched on you naturally are a healer. You are a licensed massage therapist. So is there any benefit that you get out of being a massage therapist, knowing that you're healing somebody? Like, how does that, I guess, correlate to your everyday life? Does that do any sort of healing to you in the process of healing other people?
Well, it definitely does bring value to my life and to my work. I really enjoy what I do. I like the fact that people can come see me and they leave and they feel better than when they came.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that. And I'm grateful that I do have the ability through touch to help people. And that even started when I was young, just always had kind of an interest in helping people and
yeah,
yeah,
trying to make people feel better and helping them heal in any way you can. And then, you obviously do yoga quite frequently. You got into it, like, after our son passed away. It was very beneficial and vital in your growth and your grieving process through that whole time. And you still to this day do it. So can you tell us how important yoga is to you, and also kind of what led you to yoga?
So I was thinking about it, and actually it kind of started, I don't know if you remember, but do you remember when we used to do our little workouts in the evenings?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just to try to get motivated to have some sort of movement?
Yes.
So I was thinking about that, and that really kind of started. So because after we lost Benjamin, it was a long period of time where I had a hard time doing anything. I didn't have an appetite. I had a hard time getting out of bed. I was just still in shock and anxiety stricken. And it was a very, very challenging time. And so we had started slowly like, hey, let's just in the evenings come downstairs, and you set up a little workout. And it was, that was really helpful. And then after that, I got into my Tai Chi.
Yeah. Yep. I remember that.
Yeah. With Miss Stephanie Amy, who was my Tai Chi instructor. And it just helped me to, just kind of start to call my energy back to me, to try to help feed and nurture my spirit along with movement.
Yeah.
Movement is so vital.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you're able to kind of reconnect with yourself, I'm sure, through doing that as well.
And then, so after a period of doing that, then I have always been interested in yoga. I had practiced it here and there, like when I was a teenager. Every so often, I even practiced it occasionally when I was pregnant with Ella and when I was pregnant with Benny.
Mm-hmm.
And I had always had an interest for it. And I had heard about yoga on the Mount. And my friend Darcel was teaching the class up there. And I thought, I just had this urge, like, I have to go do this. I have to try to do this. And you dropped me off and you picked me up. And I was, remember, I was like bright red, like just dead. And I had to go home, like after doing yoga on the Mount for the first year, I had to go home and hydrate and sleep and rest because it was a lot for me.
Yeah.
It was a lot for me to hike up Mount Holly.
Yeah.
And to do that. But that's what really sparked the fire in me and the interest in me to try then to moving forward to be serious about an actual yoga practice.
Mm-hmm.
And it started with just me going, like doing yoga a couple times a week. And Darcel was my main teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found Ethos. And then I just became obsessed with it. I don't know, like, but in a good way.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. And it's done so many wonderful things for you. It's been very beneficial. And I think it's one of those things that like golf is for me, where yoga for you, like you can go do one class and, you can get your mind, body, and spirit all in check and feeling right. And
yeah, absolutely. Especially being at Ethos. Ethos is a very therapeutic place. Yeah. It's a very special place. It holds so much loving, healing energy. And their base is Ashtanga. And they really focus on metta, mm-hmm. which is loving kindness. So I was drawn to Ethos right away.
And where is Ethos?
Downtown Holly.
Downtown Holly. Shout out Ethos. Yeah, it is. It's a really cool place. I've been there myself. And yoga is just one of those things where even when I think about it, it's like, I don't really want to do it. And then every time I do it, I feel so much better after doing it. My whole mind, body, everything is just, and it's crazy how like tense and stiff we are. And half the time we don't even realize it. And then after you do yoga, it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah. I always feel better after yoga.
So how often are you doing it?
Well,
how often do you usually do it?
Typically, I practiced 5 1-hour dedicated slow flow practice. I am a slow flow yogi. I have tried so hard to do vinyasa and some Ashtanga, which I'm getting ready to commit to an Ashtanga class coming up. But definitely, I am a slow flow yoga. I love yogi. I love it because it's just like my mind is constantly going full speed. And in slow flow, it just allows me to slow down, to be in the moment, to be in the present moment, to, it's helped me with patience. It's helped me with being comfortable with the uncomfortable because we do a lot of long holds and things of that nature in class, and to just really focus on my breath and to keep my breath strong throughout. Whereas a vinyasa class, I have a hard time keeping up. I lose my breath pretty easily. So.
Yeah. It's more challenging too, and probably like gets the heart rate going.
Yeah. It's just a little bit, the sequences are a little faster paced.
Yeah.
And
so is yoga one of those things where, like, let's say you're just it's been, 5 days of misery, you're having a hard time, you're feeling depressed, whatever it may be, and then you realize I have not done yoga in 5 days. Is it one of those things where it's like if you miss a couple days, you're going to feel it all over?
Yeah. And I always know when I miss yoga because I'm only missing yoga class because there's a good reason why I'm missing class. Like otherwise I don't miss class. Like most recently dealing with some tooth issues and a horrible jaw infection. I haven't been to class in quite some time. Just doing a lot of sofa yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what are you going to do? This thing has been crazy too. It's been going on for how long? Like 10 days?
Yeah. And it's still not right. So, but we're getting there. We're getting there with it. Yeah.
So, also the good, what I was going to say as well, another shout out to Ethos, but it's one of those things too where you've been able to practice it at home through podcasts and through Zoom, and you've kind of gotten to the point now where I feel like you could probably do it without any guidance at all, like a whole what do you call it? Like a session,
a whole class.
routine,
Yeah.
like, like your own thing by yourself. But having that guidance and having that teacher and having that voice, that soothing voice usually is very beneficial as well.
Yeah. So I have a hard time doing yoga by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I really do prefer the guidance of a teacher. I enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
And the sense of community, even if I'm not at Ethos at the studio, being able to do it on Zoom, I know I'm connected with the students and with the teacher there.
Mm-hmm.
Or the podcast is just, the comforting voices of my teachers and the things that they talk about during class.
Yeah.
And all of the teachers there are extremely talented. They blow my mind. I literally, with slow flow, the idea is that you can keep your eyes closed and the teacher will instruct you, and that's always been the case there.
Yeah.
So they have a beginner's mindset there. So even if like one of my teachers who have taught me hundreds and hundreds of classes, I walk into their class, they are still teaching me as if I was a new student, or like, that begin again kind of mindset. So
now does art have like a similar effect on you, or is it, or how does it differ, I guess?
So with my artwork, it can kind of come and go. It's hard. I'm trying to be better in the habit of sketching
Mm-hmm.
and having like a sketchbook and stuff like that. But with art, it seems like the creativity will just kind of come, and then, but it's not all the time.
Right.
So, and I think a lot of that might have to do with just whatever else I have going on. I don't have like endless time to just focus on my art.
Right.
But definitely when it does come through me, I feel a sense of like that I'm doing something, I don't know, that's just meant to be done, that it's and it's very therapeutic,
like you're
and
in the
healing.
moment.
Yeah.
Like it's something that is extremely, good for you and does many wonders for you. But like, if you're not in the moment, like you have to be in the moment for it to happen, basically, for you to be able to create.
Yeah. But then like also being connected to the gallery in Fenton, the Cause and Effect Gallery, and being a member of the Fenton Arts Council has helped me to just be connected to that community. So like, for instance, me and Olivia, we've volunteered a handful of times in the summer, and we plan on again through Fenton Arts Council. And that has been tremendous. And it's been really great for her as well. Yeah, and it's something that we love to do together. And so it's another way to just give back to the community through volunteer work and be connected in the world of art and arts, especially in downtown Fenton.
Yeah.
They have so much there. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It is really cool.
Yeah.
Now, like, do you do certain projects based on mood and feelings, or is it like today I'm going to do this just because, or is it like, today I'm going to paint because that's what I'm feeling and, this is what I want to paint? And like, is it all just kind of come out as, like the material, what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah. So like,
how do you decide like what you're going to create?
So a lot of times I'll kind of see it already in my mind and what I want to do. And I'll think about it and I'll meditate on those ideas, or I'll just have like almost like a flooding of ideas of things I want to do. And it, not only with my artwork, but with crafts and stuff of that nature as well. So usually I kind of go in knowing, where I'm trying to go with something, I guess. I don't know.
Right. No, I get
Did I
it.
answer it?
Yeah, no,
Oh.
I just, I've always been envious of artists. Not the most artistic person when it comes to especially painting. But just being able to convey in that way through paint and uh, drawing, whatever it may be, it's very uh, just the whole concept of it is so cool to me. But I've never understood what, do you just go into it like this is what I'm doing, or does it just kind of happen as you go?
Yeah, so I don't have a formal education
Mm-hmm.
in art. I just love art. I
Yeah.
just love it. I think that it's extremely therapeutic
Mm-hmm.
for me and for other people. And art brings healing to the world. It just
Right.
does. But as far as like technique or anything like that nature, not necessarily. I'll just kind of get into something. I usually will start with a sketch, and then that's why I like doing mixed media,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like then I can add different layers and different things and just kind of feel it out, you know. I use a lot of colored pencils too as well.
Okay.
And some of my
So all sorts of
drawings.
different materials.
Yeah, yeah.
So now going back to like, so you have all these different tools at your disposal, I guess we'll call them. And like we were mentioning at the beginning of the show, there has been a lot of tragedy. There's been a lot of dark times that you have gone through, and you've made it through. You've persevered. And how vital were these activities to that? Like, I mean, how instrumental were these things to like your you getting through those times in your life? Like your process, like, did you do this just, would you say like these things plus probably some other tools that you have are like solely what got you through these things, and have they progressed over time, like you continue to work on them?
Oh yeah. So I try to, like, if you kind of go along the idea of having your toolbox, you know, and I try to have like a lot of different things in that toolbox, even as far as, you know, the tapping meditation.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So there's a technique where you can tap different meridian points as you're saying different things, and like I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like a meditation that you can do to help process your feelings, to help process, for me, anxiety or stress, or
like shift your focus.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those points that you're tapping along with have been proven to help to, you know, like kind of get you out of fight or flight, or get you um just more calm and quickly. You know, so I don't tap like every day, but like when I feel like things are piling up or things are starting to get a little too much for me, I'm feeling overwhelmed, then I'll get into my app because I have it on my phone, and I'll just do a quick like tapping session for anxiety, something like that. But I always try to every day, you know, rely on these things. So it's just this idea of they are just a part of my lifestyle. They're part of good habits that I'm making because I want to be genuine. I want to feel good. I want to be off my best authentic self. And, you know, in order to do that, I have to have some things I can rely on to help me with stability, with mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually.
Yes, definitely. And so some of those things you actually learned as you were grieving, as you were going through tragedy, like yoga, for instance, and some of the stuff you've acquired through experience throughout your life, and you're still utilizing to this day. So my main purpose of bringing this up is just to, I guess, kind of shed some light and spread some hope to others that are, struggling so badly, and often find themselves going to negative places and negative resources to get them through that time, and there are so many different outlets that we have. And, like she's just explained here, with yoga and with doing art and, the tapping. There's so many resources, and I do some of them with her, and it's it is beneficial and it does help. Like I said, I love yoga. Yoga is so like rewarding. It's just it's such a rewarding feeling after every time I do it. Some classes are hard. They can be challenging. It is not easy by any means, but you can do it at your pace. You can do it with different like variations, and everybody, especially like at Ethos and Darcel and everybody, they're just so understanding, and they're healers themselves,
So that's another thing that I love about yoga is there is always a modification you can take.
Yeah.
So if there's something that you just can't do for whatever reason, there's always something else you can do. You can you can always tone back. And, at any point during practice, you are urged to and welcome to take child's pose or some whatever resting pose you might feel comfortable doing. Like, for instance, sometimes we'll get through like the first warm-up sequence. We start to get into long holds and I find myself feeling exhausted. So I might just stay in ragdoll for just a little bit longer, and that's okay. That's what I love about Ethos. The principles that they share with the community is, number one, it's your practice, and you got to do what's right for you. And just because you could do something yesterday and you can't do it today, oh well, it's okay.
Definitely.
So, yeah,
I like that. Now you are obviously somebody who, and I hear it all the time from friends and people that meet you. You're just a naturally flattering person, and you are always trying to spread some light to others. You're always trying to brighten someone's day. With your friends, you go above and beyond all the time to try to make them feel special, especially like on their special days and everything. And what is your favorite way to spread cheer and to spread that light to others?
Yoga on the mountain.
Can you explain?
So with Yoga on the Mount, I make and donate wish anklets. And so when people come up to the top of the mountain, participants, I'm there to greet them with the wish anklets. And I love that so much. And, moving forward with that, I'm going to start selling them, and all the money will go to the beneficiary, but I still really enjoy making them. When I make them, I'm just thinking about the good that we're doing for the community. And, I try to put that love and intention in, because, it's just, usually it's really sad. The reasons why we're raising money is to help somebody in the community in need.
Okay.
And whether it's somebody who's struggling with cancer, or somebody who has passed away, or, different reasons. People that struggle with unusual diseases and diagnosis. And each year, or each event that they have, they try to pick somebody or family in the community that's in need.
And it's different every time.
And it's different every time. So
that's cool.
Definitely that. I don't know, I really like to talk to my friends a lot. I like to text a lot.
You like that connection.
I love the connection. I love being connected to my friends. Yeah. Like overly, like probably a little too much sometimes, but it's okay. Like I kind of come off strong with it.
That's okay.
So some people are a little unsure.
I think it's all for good intentions though.
Yeah.
You're definitely like when you become your friend, it's, what is the like Parks and Recreation, like Leslie and what's her face? that's just what it reminds me of sometimes, because you're so excited to have a friend and
Yeah.
share that connection with somebody else. It's very important to you, and I love that.
One of the main reasons that I believe that we're here on Earth is to make friends.
Yeah,
I truly believe
I like that.
Yeah.
That's like a Winnie the Pooh quote or something, it sounds like.
Yeah. It's anyone or anything who knows anything about life quote. It is. That is the reason.
All right. I like it. So this is kind of an interesting question, but you've kind of already answered it, but I just wanted to know if you would just share with us what has made you become the person that you are sitting before us today.
Never giving up. Hard work and dedication. Accountability and understanding. I try so hard not to stay stuck in delusion. I understand that I have imbalances in my life, and that I need help. I always seek help. I ask for help when I need help. I think I'm pretty good about that.
Yeah.
And it's important to me to just try my best, because I want to live a long life. I want to have a quality of life. I want to be an elder that can help to shine light on the youth. And that's always like another thing too. I always I'm doing it for the kids. Like I really do.
I love it too.
Yeah, I really do have that attitude, especially the kids in their family. I freaking love all the kids in the family. And all our friends as kids. I just love kids. I'm going to tear up. I love them. It's Ella's 18th birthday today, man.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. I love them.
It's wild. 2 teenagers now. But you set a great example for both of them, and, just for everyone in our family. And it's one of the main reasons why I wanted to have you on the show, is just to, show off my supermodel wife, but also, just how special you are and what you do on a day-to-day basis. It's hard. Life is hard. You work your butt off, and I can see it. And I just wanted to be able to share that with others, because it's awesome. I mean, what things that we have gone through, it would break a lot of people, unfortunately, and we are 2 success stories, and that's awesome. So,
well, definitely. And I think we persevere because we rely on each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I do really feel that a lot of times, there's times when I really need you to be a certain way or be that rock, and you are. And I try to do that for you in a lot of ways. And just working together to try and be happy and and enjoy our lives and enjoy our family, and and then that kind of spreads into the community. You and I are both really big on community service and giving back to the community.
Yeah, it's very, very, very important. And you also you not only just for Yoga on the Mount, I feel like just about any sort of charitable cause that is happening that we are somewhat or somehow involved in, you usually are always doing something. If you're not making something to sell to give all the funds back to the cause, you are volunteering. You're always there. You're always willing to help. And even if you do have limitations on what you are able to do, you still you make it clear, and you say, I'm still going to do this, that, and that, and that's awesome. It's I know for me, it's probably the most important thing for me when it comes to keeping some sort of sanity and practicing gratitude, is just to give back to others, to help others in need, because I've been that person at some point in my life as well. So, or I know somebody close to me, or I just want to be a good human being and just help somebody, because it does feel good knowing that you help somebody without any sort of, ulterior motive.
Yeah, and it just kind of like makes up for all the times that I'm not the greatest version of myself, which
Yeah,
I mean, I'm a human,
it's
so
hard.
it's hard. There are hard days. There are hard bouts of just hard, like anger, depression, grumpiness, grouchiness, whatever.
I've seen this grouchiness. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean that's a great point, because we are all human, and this is not easy. We're just trying to provide a little bit of help, a little bit of enlightenment on what you could do. If you enjoy art, or you want to take up art, not only is it fun to do, but there are so many wonderful and beneficial factors that go along with it that would help you tremendously in your day-to-day life. Same goes for yoga. And going back to massage therapy, if you don't mind, could you just explain the benefits of massage therapy to somebody? And it doesn't have to be down to the medical terminology of it, just, how beneficial is that to a person?
Well, I believe that everybody can benefit from massage therapy. Mm-hmm. I personally enjoy doing like a therapeutic session. So during that session, it might vary. I try to get a good sense of that person, their body, in areas that are tense or bothering them or causing them pain, muscle spasms, things of that nature. But massage definitely overall can just help you to feel relaxed. Mm-hmm. It can help to just get stuff moving through your body. Yeah. So that's why we recommend drinking lots of water, because we have stagnant energy and stagnant toxins just built up in our body. And just, maybe depending too on work, a lot of people are stressed out from work or just daily life, or that never ending to-do list, things like that. So we store that in our body. Mm-hmm. So that's why I believe massage is really great, because as a practitioner, I can help to move that out of your body.
Right.
Whereas like with yoga, you're moving it out on your own, you know? Yeah. And it's good for even your lymph nodes, which you have to move in order for your lymph nodes to function. Okay. Otherwise, that stuff will just stay stagnant.
Interesting.
But I've helped people manage chronic pain, long-term pain, pain management. I have clients who will come see me every single week, and they just love it. They love how they feel after. I help them so much, and they might see me for a period of time, and then I won't see them. I might not see them for like a year.
Yeah.
Because I got them to that point where they can function. They're good.
Yeah.
But then usually they'll kind of come back a little wrecked, but that's okay, because I get them back on track.
Yeah.
So, it helps with just all sorts of things. It can help regulate like blood pressure. But you gotta be careful if your blood pressure is really high and stuff like that. But it can help just overall. I mean, I don't know, you've gotten sessions,
Yeah. I mean, it makes me like not only physically feel better and accelerate the recovery process. It, mentally makes me feel better too. It often will, like, just being worked on, laying down, the music, all that. It's like, it kind of puts you at a calming state of mind, and then it kind of carries on with you, unless you just leave there and go straight
to stress,
straight to the factory or something.
But like, seriously, just laying on the table, it's like, what's coming, and it's going to help. Also, I do a lot of sports massage.
Okay.
Especially being up at Ascensions at the health club, or a lot of people coming off of surgery.
Yeah.
So I help, just kind of after they've had physical therapy, then I come in and I just kind of help ease that out. I help to work out, break up scar tissue. For athletes, I help athletes tremendously. I've helped athletes for years. It's actually one of my specialties. And depending on what that athlete might need, if they have something coming up, something big coming up, I have different ways and techniques to get them prepared for that. If it's after the fact, like after the game or after the match, I do like deeper, slower movements and different things to help them along with that, because a lot of athletes, I mean, they're working hard.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think it's like I said, I mean, it's definitely very beneficial for your mind, your body, and I'm sure for some people their spirit as well. It gets them right with each other. So so gonna hit you with this last question, and then we're gonna kick it off. But it's just something I was thinking about, and it just I myself am eager to know. What have you learned about yourself, or most about yourself, throughout this adventure called life?
What have I learned most about myself?
Or just what have you learned about yourself in general?
I guess that, like, I don't know. I'm just in my mind. I don't know if I want to say it, and I say this a lot to my friends, because I'll do something, like I'll do a challenge or I'll do something to try to change, and they'll ask me like, well, how do you feel? How do you feel after you've completed this? And I'm like, I don't know. I still feel like an asshole. So it's like, I guess it's just, no matter what I do, I know that I'm trying to do the best that I can. I am human, and it's okay to make mistakes. And that's one of the things that I think I've learned about myself is understanding that I'm going to make mistakes, and when I do, it's okay. I don't know. Acceptance. Yeah.
I like that.
Because I just, sometimes I'm like, I don't know. I just still feel the same. Like,
yeah. And I think too, when you're going through things, sometimes it's a lot thicker than what you may realize, and you do a little challenge or you do something here and there, and it's like, 30 days later, it's like, I might feel a tad bit better, but I still kind of feel the same. And it's like, well, that's just because I think you're in such a bad spot, like you have to keep going,
yeah.
So definitely, like, you accepted the fact that no matter what, you're going to have your down days, you're going to have your failures, but you got to keep going no matter what, like over and over and over, and stick to the process, and try to, as hard as it is sometimes, just try to enjoy the process.
Yeah.
So Pluto's Dream, you're on Facebook,
Yep.
Instagram,
Yep.
TikTok. Okay.
Got a couple TikToks out there.
And you're selling some of your crafts, and is it just crafts or is it some art too?
It's just my wish anklets right
Okay,
now.
so just your wish anklets. You're selling those at the Rustic Sage in Milford?
Yes.
Okay. And also at Cause and Effect Gallery in Fenton.
Which also, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's still the same. Tuesday evenings is open studio at the Cause and Effect Gallery. So any artist,
very cool
get
place.
in contact with the gallery, because it's a really cool place. The studio is
super
awesome.
welcoming.
Yeah.
Just a really nice vibe down there. Yeah. And the owner is so helpful to pretty much
Annie.
everybody. Yes.
Yeah, we love Annie.
Yep. Yeah. Good people. That is it. If you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, Spotify or Apple Podcast, please do so now. Make sure you hit the like buttons. Make sure you follow me. I'm on social media, Instagram and Facebook, and I also have a TikTok as well. Please, like I said, subscribe, share, hit that like button, tell all of your friends, and as always, stay positive, stay hopeful, and spread it as much as you can to others.
Yeah. Art.